Let's talk with Trey. Discussing life day by day. Together we can pave the way. The next show is underway. Let's talk with Trey. Discussing life day by day. Together we can pave the way. The next show is underway.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk with Trey Bryant. As you can see, I have a guest again, because all our conversation has been outstanding. So, and it's a good nugget of information to pass on to you as we live this thing called life each and every day. So, we have a topic today, and I'm actually going to turn it over to my co-host here, Mr. Tony Best. And he can introduce himself again if he won't or not, because he's been on the previous ones. And he's going to go over topic, and we'll probably spend about 10 minutes on it. And then we'll wrap it up and call it a day. So with that, again, welcome. And please subscribe, share, like this channel to other individuals. Even if you don't watch it all, send it. Share it, because you never know what may impact someone else.
That's true.
Because what may not be for you may be for someone else.
That's true.
So with that, we're going to go with this without notes and all and see what Tony has and see if I can answer anything.
Well, one of the things that I've noticed lately that, and I don't know how they've accomplished it, but for our kids, they've eliminated critical thinking. Now, I don't know how they did it in the curriculum, but they did it because it's not something that I'm thinking they did. They did it. Because it's not a coincidence that everybody that I run into has these same types of questions that make you say, why would you don't know that? Like, I don't know, and it could be something that we've done, which I will say when we were kids, we played outside more than being engaged in social media, but we also knew more and we were more street savvy. And I don't know if we got that from our peers or we got it from ear hustling with our parents.
I think it was a combination. I think, our social media back then was word of mouth.
Well, that's true.
So we had social media, it was word of mouth. And the other thing is that, we were outside, and when you're outside, you build those social skills.
Yeah.
And with social skills, create critical thinking in a way. So unless you're the one that just hung in the corner and
didn't
at
talk.
The fence and didn't talk to nobody.
Right.
But if you did something, played baseball, played football, back then we grew up, wrestling was a big thing.
Right.
If you did stuff like that, even if you were in a sport where it was just one-on-one, you did some type of thinking to move on. Now, I would say some of the younger, I'm alluring that you're alluring to some of the younger folks, right?
Absolutely.
Is that a lot of them are missing that social skills based off the technology that went in. So our generation created a lot of this technology, right? So we did do it to them. Our generation did that, and then they just continue to build upon it. But it eliminated social connection and social skills, which throughout, why do I need to critical think? I can just think on what I'm doing on this game. I can critical think on what I'm doing. Well, no, you're basing it off that stuff that's not reality.
Exactly.
So when they come into the world of reality, that critical thinking process doesn't exist. Now, you're right. When we were in school, I remember even having a class called critical thinking.
Right, that's true.
So, and it's not there anymore.
No, it's gone.
Just like, what else they took out of there? Cursive writing don't exist. Can you imagine? Well, our generation X can take over the world if we just take over the United States if we just wrote everything in cursive writing.
Now here's my critical thinking on cursive writing, right? Why do you think they took out cursive writing?
I don't know why.
So that nobody can read the old documents.
That's kind of what I was about to go with.
Because when you look at the old the original Constitution, the Magna Carta, and all the different documents that the founding fathers created, they're written in cursive.
Yeah.
So if you eliminate cursive, now that's where my mind goes all the time. Though
That's a different topic we're going to jump on.
Because I always have to ask the question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. There's a reason.
If you ask the question, you'll get the answer will come.
Yeah.
But nobody's asking the question though.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem.
That's the
we
problem.
got so lax on not having social connection. We got so lax on trusting people in leadership. I mean, look at our leadership. If you just go with American leadership now, it's a mess.
Oh, it's a mess.
I mean,
It's a mess.
there's a
It's
few
mess.
leaders.
Yeah,
that's
it's a
it.
mess.
Where
It's a
in
mess.
the past there was a lot of leaders and a few folks that just got the job. Now
Right.
there's a lot of folks that got the job, and it's just a few leaders.
Right.
So and some of the leaders are not even leading in the right way that they should lead, even though they can be leaders, if that makes sense.
It does.
Selfishness. So I believe that things happen for a reason. I don't think it's just coincidence.
No.
So stopping cursive writing, no, there's an agenda for that of why they stop
Absolutely.
cursive writing.
Always.
Like I was trying to make a joke, but I was serious. Imagine if we start creating something. Those of us in Generation X that knew, learn cursive writing and all, because the new crew don't know any of that, and we can communicate with one another without the new crew knowing what we're talking about. So if you're trying to control something, you can do it all in cursive writing when the younger millenniums and below don't even know what that even is.
Right. What's
consists
going on
of with it, right?
What's going
and they
on?
just assume because of lack of critical thinking that
no
stuff
critical
is
thinking.
that things are going right. So yeah, I think there's a reason, just like there's a reason for everything when they just like taking stuff out. Let's look at Black history. Taking out the limited Black history that we had in America.
Yeah.
And you got these two states of Florida and Texas taking it out. They not taking it, they took it out. And then replacing it with stuff like slavery was good and beneficial in the United States.
Right.
Like,
All kinds of crap.
what? Now, when those in Generation X and older are sitting there like, what?
Right.
But I've seen some of the younger folks listening in, like in high school, going, "Oh, okay, maybe that was good."
Yeah,
What?
I know.
I witnessed that,
I
and
know.
it's like, no, stop it. But when
Right.
you sit back, you go, well, "Why are they doing that?" It's a reason they don't want critical thinking. It's a reason they don't want
Right.
doing certain things.
I mean, the simple thing is I mean, it's in the name. His story.
Yeah.
It's his story. It's not my story. The victor tells the story all the time.
Exactly.
Okay, but I mean, you got to understand for there to be a victor, there had to be some type of war.
Yeah.
So then you walking around thinking, oh no, what? It ain't no war going on or nothing.
Right.
What's going on? Ain't no war. We ain't never had no wars here or nothing. We ain't never seen nothing like that. So, you know, it kind of clouds your imagination, especially the younger kids,
Right.
to what is really going on versus what their perception of what's going on.
Right.
And so I say the critical thinking in schools, you know, having the answer being A, B, C, or D takes away it. Because, okay, here's a question. I'll just pose a question. Let me see. Does a person that slaps you in the face love you if they tell you that they love you after they slap you in the face?
That's not
Is there an answer
love
to that?
language that explains a slap in the face and then saying "because I love you" is okay. That it is expressing love. I think
What if they say you hurt me so much, that's why I had to do it because I love you so much?
there's a lack of critical thinking
Well,
in that statement. So here's, I think, I know some folks gonna be like, "What is he getting?" I think it depends. Like, if you're a child and and those are younger parents and all. You just gotta understand. I'm old school with this. We don't spare the rod, right? So if a child is, if you got to do something to get the attention because they just that out of control, and it may require
Snap them out of it.
yeah, to snap them out of some stuff, it may require that. It could be doing out of love. When we grew up, I mean, even our teachers hit us, right, with the yardsticks and stuff like that. That's unheard of now.
Right.
But if you're like in a relationship, grown relationship, being married and whatever, and you're like, I'm slapping you because let me think of a reason.
So
And-
right.
But it's all kinds of love because
Right.
you made me feel a certain way. I'm slapping. No, that's not all.
So to a young, growing kid that does not have the ability to articulate any of that, we can. How do you then get them to go through what you just said? Okay, wait. If I was an adult, if I was rebellious, if I was this, if I'm in a relationship, or if I'm in a friendship and we just had a fight, or
I see what you're saying.
it's a lot that can go into an answer that doesn't have an A, B, C, or D answer.
Right.
And people have gotten away from those types of conversations because, and then the sad part is because somebody's scoring good on a test and they're getting 100%, we're calling them smart.
Right.
When they didn't do nothing but memorize information, and it's not even, we don't even know if the information is correct.
Right.
They're memorizing something that's more than likely from the victor
Exactly.
telling his story.
Exactly. Let me give you an example of one of that.
tough.
Right. This is when I realized that I wasn't as smart as I thought I was. So I got to England or Germany. Got to Germany. I was in the military, so I got to Germany. And at that time, I had just finished my first master's degree. You couldn't tell me nothing. I mean, you could if you had a master's degree or if you had a doctorate degree.
Right.
But anybody else, you couldn't tell me, especially in the field. And my master's degree is in management. So it was like
man.
leadership.
Right.
Oh, if somebody would come and they saying that they were trying to lead something, oh no, I'm listening. What are you talking about?
Right.
So because we were conditioned based off what we were taught on what was considered smart, not necessarily critical thinking. Here's how I learned. I go to Germany. And for those, I was single then. I wasn't. So I'm telling the story. I don't want you to think I was married. I was single then. And so I partake in dating scenes of different countries.
Right.
Right? It sounds like a lot, don't it? And I was on this date or whatever and went to the park. And she was a little younger than me because they claim I look younger than my age, right?
Right.
Not a kid, R. Kelly. But
Right.
she was about in the mid-20s, I think.
Okay.
And but had not went to university, but went to a 2-year, what we'll call a junior college,
Gotcha.
2-year program in Germany. I didn't know that because when I was speaking to her, she was speaking at my level, and in some cases above me.
Gotcha.
But I have a master's degree from America, right? And then we got to talking more and more, and I was more intrigued of what she was thinking, and I'm like, oh my God, this girl is smart. And what I found out is that they were teaching critical thinking
Ah.
in elementary school, all the way through universities and all. Where we weren't getting critical thinking until you were probably a little bit, if you're lucky,
Right.
when we were growing up, if you're like a senior, high school or junior, but really didn't get it until you got to college. So they were like light years ahead of us. And it wasn't just Germany. It was England. It was other places. They
Right.
were light years ahead of us. But it was based off what we were taught and how we were trained, based on how our leadership wanted us to be trained, /
Right.
controlled.
For their
Right,
purpose.
to keep
Right.
the people that they want in
In
top
the- and
leadership,
yep,
right?
yep.
So and that's a different topic for a different subject. But all right, so I believe the lacking of the critical thinking is what's hurting us, and that's connected with the lack of social connection
Yeah.
and
I
social
agree.
skills as the kids grow up.
I agree.
What
I
do you
agree.
think as you wrap?
No, I think so too. One of the things that I will encourage all parents to do is ask questions and just say why. Why do you think that? Because the why, in most cases, will make you go down a different type of rabbit hole
Absolutely.
to get you a different result.
Absolutely. He just dropped a huge nugget there for parents. and I would add on to, if you're like teenagers and all, to speak to one another. Just stop looking for the yes or no answer. How was school today? Good. Okay.
Why
Was school good?
Why was it good?
You know, what did you do on this and that? How
Exactly.
was this? Ask the open-ended questions.
Thought-provoking.
Yeah.
Thought-provoking questions.
Thought-provoking questions.
Because
so that
they-
you can
they're
get the
so-
mind to thinking. Because
It becomes a habit of not having to think.
absolutely. And then Americans should want to do that anyway if you're trying to be good, because we're behind on that across the world. And but more importantly, for individuals to have a good life and all that, you got to have the critical thinking so that you can actually avoid negative things in life,
Yes.
negative relationships, and negative jobs, stop putting yourself in certain positions if you just use a little bit of that critical thinking. What do you think?
How many phone numbers did you used to memorize when you was a kid?
A lot.
Like 20 different numbers?
At least, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Can't remember none now.
One or two now. That's horrible.
Yeah.
They got us too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying
Yeah.
they got us too. These smartphones and all that stuff
Right.
make you dumb.
Exactly. So with that, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Let's Talk with Trey Brown episode on critical thinking. We hope you got something out of that. I believe you did. Remember to like, share, and spread this channel out, because it's going to get better and better as we go. Another note, in the future, which could be as early as next month, we're going to be going live on YouTube. So spread the word to folks and allow you guys to come in and get some to interact with us, whether you're going to type something in, or we may actually have a point where you can call in and speak. We'll let you know. With that, thank you for tuning in again. We look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Let's Talk with Trey Bryant. Talk to you soon. God bless you. Love you. And we're out.